Then Moses and the people of Israel sang this song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he has trumpeted gloriously. He has hurled both horse and rider into sea. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has given me victory. This is my God, and I'll praise him. My father's God, and I'll exalt him. The Lord is a warrior. Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariot and army he has hurled into the sea. The finest of Pharaoh's officers drowned in the Red Sea. The deep waters gushed over them. They sank to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, O Lord, is glorious in power. Your right hand, O Lord, smashes the enemy. In the greatness of your majesty, overthrow those who rise against you. Unleash your blazing fury. It consumes them like a stone. Straw. At the blast of your breath, the waters piled up. The surged waters stood straight like a wall. In the heart of the sea, the deep waters became hard. The enemy will say, I'll chase them and catch up with them. I'll plunder them and consume them. I'll flash my sword. My powerful hand will destroy them. But you blew with your breath, and the sea covered them. They sang like leaders in mighty waters. Who is like you among the gods, O Lord? Glorious in holiness, awesome in splendor, performing great wonders. You praise your right hand, and the earth soldier our enemies. With your unfailing love, you lead the people you have redeemed. In your might, you guide them to your sacred home. The people hear and tremble. Anguish grips those who live in Prestia. The leaders of Edom are terrified. The nobles of Moab tremble. All who live in Canaan melt away. Trend red fall upon them. The power of your arm makes them lifeless as stone until your people pass by, O Lord. Until the people you purchased by pass by, you'll bring them in and plant them on your own mountain. The place, O Lord, reserved for your own dwelling, the sanctuary, O Lord, that your hands have established. The Lord will reign forever and ever. When Pharaoh's horse, chariots, and charioteers rushed into the sea, the Lord brought the water crashing down on them. But the people of Israel had walked through the middle of the sea on dry ground. Then Miriam, the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a tambourine and led all the women of the state play their tambourines and dance. And Miriam sang the song, Sing to the Lord, for he has truly gloriously. He has heard both horse and riding to sea. Then the then Moses led the people of Israel away from the Red Sea, and they moved out in the desert of Shur. They traveled in this desert for 3 days without finding any water. When they came to the oasis of Marah, the water was too bitter to drink, so they called the place Marah, which means bitter. Then the people complained, turned against Moses, what are you going to drink? They demanded. So Moses cried out to the Lord for help. And the Lord showed him a piece of wood. Moses drew it to the water, and this made the water good to drink. It was the Amara that the Lord set before them. The following decree as a standard to test their faithfulness to him. He said, if you listen carefully to the voice of the Lord your God and do what is right in his sight, obeying his commands and keeping all his decrees, Then I will not make you suffer any of the diseases I sent on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. After leaving Marah, the Israelites traveled on the oases of Elim, where they found the 12 springs and 70 palm trees. They camped there beside the water. Then the whole community of Israel set out from Elim and journeyed into the wilderness of Sin. Between Elim and Mount Sinai, they arrived there on the 15th day of the second month. 1 month after leaving the land of Egypt, there too, the whole community of Israel complained about Moses and Aaron. If only the Lord had killed us back in Egypt, they moaned. Then there we sat around pots filled with meat and ate all the bread we wanted. But now you have brought us into wilderness to starve us out to death. When the Lord said to Moses, look, I'm going to rain down food from heaven for you. Each day the people can go out and pick up as much food as they need for the day. I'll test them in this to see whether or not they follow my instructions. On the 6th day, they will gather food, and when they prepare it, there will be twice as much as usual. So Moses and Aaron said to all the people of Israel, by evening you realize it was the Lord who brought you out of the land of Israel. In the morning you will see the glory of the Lord, because he has heard your complaints, which are against him, not against us. What have we done that you should complain about us? Then Moses added, the Lord will give you meat to eat in the evening and bread to satisfy you in the morning, for he has heard all your complaints against him. What have we done? Yes, complaints are against the Lord, not against us. Then Moses said to Aaron, announce this to the entire community of Israel, present yourselves before the Lord, for he has heard your complaining. And thus Aaron spoke to the whole community of Israel. They looked up to where the omens with the awesome glory of the Lord in the cloud. The Lord said to Moses, I have heard Israel's complaints. Now tell me, in the evening you will have meat to eat, and in the morning you will have all the bread you want. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God. That evening vast numbers of quail flew in and covered the land camp. And the next morning the area around the camp was wet with dew. When the dew evaporated, a flaky substance as fine as frost blanketed the ground. The Israelites were puzzled when they saw it. What is it? They asked each other. They had no idea what it was. When Moses told them, it was the food the Lord has given you to eat. These are the Lord's instructions. Each household should get as much as it needs. Pick up 2 quarts for each person in your tent. So the people of Israel did as they were told. Some get a lot, some only a little, but when they measured it out, everyone had just enough. Those who gathered a lot had nothing left over, and those who gathered only a little had enough. Each family had just what it needed. Then Moses told them, do not keep any of it until morning, but some of them didn't listen, and some kept of it until morning. But by then it was full of maggots and had this terrible smell. Moses was very angry at them. After this, the people gathered before food morning by morning, each family according to its needs. And as the sun became hot, the flakes they had not picked up melted and disappeared. On the 6th day, they gathered twice as much as usual. 4 quarts for each person instead of 2. And all the leaders of the community came and asked Moses for an explanation. He told them this is what the Lord commanded to. Tomorrow will be a day of complete rest, a holy Sabbath day set apart for the So bake or boil as much as you want today. And set aside what is just left for you tomorrow. So they put some aside until morning, just as Moses was commanded. And in the morning, the leftover food was wholesome and good, without maggots or odor. Moses said, "Eat this food to the Lord. There will be no food on the ground today. You may gather the food for 6 days, but the 7 days, the Sabbath, there will be no food on the ground that day." Some of the people went out anyway on the 7th day, but they found no food. The Lord asked Moses, "How long will these people refuse to obey my command and instructions?" They must realize that the Sabbath is the Lord's gift to you. That is why He gives you a 2 day supply on the 6th day, so there will be enough for 2 days. How long will these people refuse to obey my commands and instructions? They must realize that the Sabbath is the Lord's gift to you. That's why He gives you a 2 day supply on the 6 days, so there will be enough for two days. On the Sabbath day, you must each stay in your place. Do not go out to pick up food. On the 7th day, so the people did not gather any food on the 7th day. The Israelites called the food manna. It is where like Korea, the sea, and it tasted like honey waffles. Then the Lord said, "This is what the Lord has commanded. Fill a 2-quart container with some manna to preserve it for your descendants. The later generations will be able to see that the food I gave you the wellness when I set you free from Mitchell." Moses said to Aaron, "Get a jar and fill it with 2 quarts of manna, then put it in the sacred place before the Lord to preserve it for all future generations." Wow. And did just as the Lord had commanded Moses, He eventually placed it in the Ark of Covenant. In front of the stone tablet inscribed with the terms of the covenant. So the people of Israel ate manna for 40 years until they arrived at the land where they were settled. They ate manna until they came to the border of the land of Canaan. The container used to measure the manna was an omer, which was 1/10 of an ephah. It held about 2 quarts. At the Lord's command, the whole community of Israel left the boundaries of sin and moved from place to place, eventually to Canaan and Rephidim. But there was no water there for the people to drink. So once more the people complained against Moses. "Give us water to drink," they demanded. "Quiet," Moses replied. "Why are you complaining against me? And why are you testing the Lord, but tormented by thirst?" They continued to argue with Moses. "Why did you bring us out to Egypt? Are you trying to kill us like children, their livestock with thirst?" Then Moses cried to the Lord, "What should I do with those people? They are ready to stone me." The Lord said to Moses, "Walk in front of people, take your staff, the one you used when you struck the water, and call some of the elders of Israel to join you. I will strike this stone, and the water will come gushing out, and the people will be able to drink." So Moses struck the rock on Mount Sinai. So Moses struck the rock as he was told, and water gushed out as the elders looked on. Moses named the place Massa, which means test, and Meriah, which means arguing. Because the people of Israel argued with Moses and tested the Lord by saying, "Is the Lord here with us or not?" While the people of Israel were still at Rephidim, the warriors of Amalek attacked them. Moses commanded Joshua, "Choose some men to go out and find the army of Amalek for us. Tomorrow I'll stand at the top of the hill, holding the staff of God in my hand." So Joshua did what Moses had commanded, and fought the army of Amalek. Meanwhile, Moses, Aaron, and the Hur climbed to the top of nearby hill. As long as Moses held up the staff in his hands, the Israelites had the advantage. But whenever he dropped his hand, the Amalekites gained the advantage. Moses' arms soon became so tired he could no longer hold them to sit on. When they stood on each side of Moses holding up his hand so his hand held steady until sunset. As a result, Joshua overwhelmed the army of Amalek in the battle. After victory, the Lord instructed Moses a reminder and read it aloud to Joshua. I'll, I'll raise the memory of Amalek from under heaven. Moses built an altar there and named it Yahweh Nisi, which means the Lord is my banner. He said, "They have raised their voice against the Lord's throne. So now the Lord will be our word with Amalek generation after generations." 자, 안녕히 가세요.